that you could, and you know that you should. Yes, you know that you should be good.
Hello, 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 and welcome to your favorite bad movie podcast. It's the only podcast that's brave enough to ask the question, if this movie's so bad, why do you like it so much? We're your hosts. My name is Chris Anderson, and I'm going to say that I'm the Carmody of the show.
Wow. Okay. This is a strong, this is not maybe what I expected.
Well, I'm a real bad boy, you have to admit it.
Okay, sure.
I don't remember who that is.
The villain.
Yeah, that's old Danny Carmody. He's got a mustache. I've got a mustache. He's got curly hair. I've got curly hair.
Okay, all right. So you're selling me.
Okay, good. Because that's what I need to do to my co-host, Mr. Greg Bothsey, the Keith of the show.
Keith,
the new leader of the Ravens.
Oh, okay. No, I like that. I'll take that. Keith's pretty cool.
Keith's a cool dude, you know. He's maybe a little naive.
Yeah, but I'm maybe a little naive.
It's true.
Maybe.
And of course, we couldn't have a show without my wife, Anna Anderson, obviously the bone crusher of the crew.
Yes.
I hate everything. I hate people.
Exactly. And of course, we wouldn't have a show without our very special guest who stepped up to the plate after our last guest bailed on us. He is, of course, our latest member of the Three Timers Club. It's our own personal goose, Mr. Pete Speer.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. It's great to see you. How have you been?
I've been doing very well. and enjoying the summer. And nothing says summer like Deadbeat at Dawn.
Yeah.
This is definitely a summer movie.
Yes.
And yeah, listeners, we are talking about Deadbeat at Dawn this week. If you haven't seen Deadbeat at Dawn, you 100% should. And here is a brief summary of the film just to hold in your mind. Goose is the leader of a street gang called the Ravens. But when he quits the gang, the rival gang, the Spiders, kill his girlfriend. Now he's a deadbeat at dawn.
Yep.
And Spiders with a Y.
Yes, that is absolutely. And
good.
I did just basically have to extrapolate on the tagline, which is in fact the perfect summary of the film. He quit the gangs, they killed his girl, he became deadbeat at dawn.
Yeah.
And Pete, I kind of suggested Deadbeat at Dawn to you, but mostly because I knew you would 100% be on board. Tell me about your background with Deadbeat at Dawn.
Well, as best I remember it, I first saw this way back when you were working in the video store and I was doing B-movie parties, because I would rent a lot of the movies from your video store for those parties. And I have to imagine that this was a direct recommendation from you to me. And it is something that takes hold. And there's been some scenes in the movie that have played in my head ever since. And a whole lot I forgot about. But it's definitely it's definitely an experience, and it was interesting and fun to revisit for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while since I checked this one out, and I'm so glad I got back to it. It was in my employee picks for, I want to say, like a solid 5 years at Kim's Video.
Nice.
This was one of my go-tos. This is such an amazing movie to me. It has, I think every movie should be more like Deadbeat at Dawn. I think the world would be a better place.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Anna, Greg, what's your background with Deadbeat at Dawn?
So you showed me the last fight scene from
Mhm.
Deadbeat at Dawn, Chris. When I don't remember when exactly, but you're like, you got to check this out.
Yeah.
So I had seen that, and then after I lived with you, I think you're like, no, we should watch the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. That fight scene was crazy. And so that is that's how I saw it. I haven't seen it again since, so I couldn't remember. I didn't know what the experience was going to be like without a person. And I will say that I had a very similar experience to the last time, which is that my fondness for it just continues to grow every time. Like you start it up, and the further in you get to it, the more you're like, yep, I'm into this.
Yeah, it's such a rich text. There's so much going on. There's so much effort put up onto the screen to make it entertaining, and it makes it so rewarding to come back to. Anna, what's your background with Deadbeat at Dawn?
I think I saw this for the first time a couple of years ago with you. This was my second time seeing it. And it's great. This time around, it kept reminding me of Michael Mann.
Yeah,
kind of,
for sure.
In a very like low budget Midwestern way where he's not that at all, but it I don't know, it's much more deliberately filmed than a lot of the low budget action movies we see, and that's really cool.
Yeah, there was definitely like an artistic vision here. This was not something at all that someone was hoping to just like make their money back on VHS and move on to bigger and better things. This was his bigger and better thing, and that much love and care goes into it. Obviously, listeners, you can tell that I'm crazy about this movie. I don't want to oversell it, but you're going to be listening to me overselling it a lot. Now, fortunately, there is a lot of information about how it was made out there. I've cobbled together some of it. Do you guys want to hear about my context research?
Please.
All right.
Yes.
Deadbeat at Dawn was released November 18th, 1988. Your director, Jim Van Bebber. Also your writer. Also your star. Also your stunt choreographer. A true one-man show. But not so much. He had a lot of collaborators, as we'll see. The tagline is, of course, the classic, he quit the gangs, they killed his girl, he became Deadbeat at Dawn.
Yep.
And to me, this almost feels like a better adaptation of Double Dragon than the Double Dragon movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. That's an interesting take.
Like, this is a sick ass. It has that same appeal of like a grimy, slightly futuristic, just gangs chopping it up.
It's kind of like if The Crow wasn't goth.
Yeah, if he was a Hesher instead.
Yeah, industrial instead of goth.
Interesting.
Similar number of denim vests to this and Double Dragon.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Should I see Double Dragon?
The film?
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I wasn't blown away. It's not one where I was like, "Oh, this is a gem." It was like, you could have a fine enough time. I always like watching Mark Dacascos on screen.
Yeah, I do too. So maybe a check. We'll see what happens.
Wait, did you mean the movie or the game?
I've played the game.
Oh, okay.
I should play it again, though. It's been too long.
Game is fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Jim Van Bebber was born in Greenville, Ohio in 1964. So he was 24 years old when this movie was finally finished.
Wow.
As a child, he always loved the pictures. He snuck out of the house at age 10 to go see Last House on the Left, and experience that both traumatized him and informed his work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As a teen, he would make Super 8 movies with neighborhood kids.
Yeah.
His senior year of high school, 1983, he made a short film called Into the Black, a Bruce Lee inspired action movie where he learned a lot of lessons that would later put to use on Deadbeat at Dawn. And I think he did study karate. I don't know to like what extent, but I think enough that it definitely helps him in this movie.
Yeah.
Like he definitely sells what he's trying to do.
Yeah. He's not imitating things he's seen. He's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Now, the next year he enrolled in Wright State University's film program. While he was there, he met longtime collaborators Mike King and Marcello Games, or Marcelo Games. I did not look at how to pronounce his name. I'm going to go with Marcello Games.
Okay.
And they did camera and sound respectively on Deadbeat at Dawn and on some other projects. They also collaborated with him. He had a couple of professors that he liked there, some like notable documentarians. But he was frustrated that the program was more geared towards creating critics than filmmakers. He got to shoot only like 2 Super 8 films while he was there. And so he ended up dropping out after sophomore year. He did, however, still get student loan money. And this was the money that he used to make Deadbeat at Dawn. Or at least that was the bulk of the money that he used. King and Games stayed on, which allowed Van Bebber to access the school's cameras and other equipment.
Nice.
So he was able to save some money there.
Oh, okay.
And then one day the three of them, they go to see Evil Dead together, and inspired him to do something similar in terms of budget and filmmaking process. But Jim wanted to do an action movie.
Okay.
And obviously the subtitle for Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, is the inspiration for the title Deadbeat at Dawn.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So they started filming in 1985, and it took about 3 years worth of weekends to complete. He cast all local Dayton, Ohio actors. Some of them he knew from college. Some people came in and auditioned. Mostly the older characters were people who came in and auditioned, the father and the guy in the business suit. I can't imagine the father coming in with that audition and that being like so electric and being like, you got it. This is where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the shooting was all done guerrilla style, no permits, just like the last horror movie. Check out our episode on the last horror movie. Pete, have you ever seen the last horror movie?
I haven't, but it's on my list.
Yeah, you would
it's
love
great.
it.
Yeah.
The soundtrack to it is incredible. So they ran into a little trouble during filming because of their guerrilla filmmaking tactics. They were filming a scene where Goose rappels down the side of a parking garage. If you remember that one.
Yeah.
They did not get permission from the owner of the garage, and the garage owner showed up and came out and started yelling at them and made them stop.
Okay.
Also, Van Bebber did all his own stunts, and he had never rappelled before this. This was his first experience.
Wow.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, the kind of stuff that you do when you're 21 and you're like, yeah. Whatever. I bet I could fall 2 stories anyway and be fine. It'd be no big deal.
Yeah.
Break my leg. Who cares? Go to work in another day. Let's see. There was also, but yeah, he made it down the rappel just fine, and they got the footage they needed. He was a little less lucky doing the stunt where he hangs onto the outside of a moving car and gets smeared across a brick wall.
Yeah.
Apparently, at one point along the brick wall, there was a piece of metal sticking out. and that cut a very deep wound into his arm.
Oh, a super clean wound too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
Still, everybody survived filming. And after 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears, Deadbeat at Dawn premiered at the Dayton Movies Theater on November 18th, 1988.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to find distribution with a company called Ketchum Video, who put it out on VHS, but also they apparently ripped him off, as did the first people who put him out on DVD a little bit more than a decade later, at least according to him tell it. It wasn't until the 2008 box set Visions of Hell, the films of Jim Van Bebber, put out by Dark Sky, which also included his film The Manson Family, that he felt like he got a good deal for his movie, and like Deadbeat at Dawn had finally gotten the respect it deserved. I have that box set, but I'll confess I never made it through the 3-hour Manson Family film that he spent 13 years making.
Yeah, that's
I
wild.
like that one.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. I just don't know if I'm ever in the mood at this point in my life to be like, yeah, I'm going to lock in for 3.5 hours for this guy's, lifelong work of making a 3-hour movie about the Manson family.
Uh-huh.
Right, but if you had to watch that or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I know what you'd choose.
Fair enough.
Those were your only two choices.
Yeah. If I was ever in that situation in my life, it's good to know. The 2019 Blu-ray release by Arrow is also very nice. Van Bebber was happy with that deal. He gave an interview for it. That's where I got a lot of my information from this context portion. So other action films of 1988. What was Deadbeat at Dawn competing against?
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Nothing. Die what?
Yeah, I've not heard of that one.
They Live, a close second, let's call it.
Mm-hmm.
Willow, fun but very different.
Yeah.
Rambo 3, dedicated to the brave fighters of the Mujahideen. Red Heat, the one where Arnold was a commie and he partnered up with Jim Belushi.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, in Chicago. Shakedown, the one with Peter Weller and Sam Elliott. Very strange film.
I've heard good things
Not familiar.
from Mark. He really likes that one
Mark
a lot.
Hensley. Yeah, huge fan. We got to get Mark on to talk Shakedown one of these days. And, of course, you might know it as Young Buns, Young Guns. So, yeah, I think this blows them all out of the water, if I'm being honest. You guys want to talk about the plot of Deadbeat at Dawn?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Blood Bumper, listen to me. I'm gonna give you the plot summary. Come on, baby, here's the synopsis. Blood Bumper, Blood Bumper.
Our opening credits roll over a photo montage of cigarettes, shuriken, and scars, before we cut to a young woman named Christy visiting a fortune teller. I mean, what a start to your picture.
Yeah.
The fortune teller tells her to believe in herself. And then Christy gets attacked by a street tough on her way out. The street tough is Danny Carmody, the leader of a gang called the Spiders. He's about to sexually assault her in her car when a cop spots them and breaks it up. And then Carmody goes home and sleeps with his own girlfriend who he has a strained relationship with.
Yeah.
As per usual.
Yeah, you can tell he's a bad guy because he doesn't treat his woman right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a number of reasons you can tell he's a bad guy. At this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Meanwhile, Christie's boyfriend, Goose, as played by Jim Van Bebber, gets told that the spiders were seen wandering through the cemetery. And while this is happening, he's cutting crosses into the tips of his bullets so that they will explode on impact. Great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the spiders were seen wandering through the cemetery, and the cemetery is Raven's turf. And since Goose is the leader of the Ravens, it's up to him to do something.
I feel like cemetery should be neutral.
Nope.
Am I crazy?
Not this
Nope.
cemetery.
Yeah, it's
Not
just weird
this
to be
one.
like, yeah, we saw that gang in the cemetery. It's crazy to me, but I mean, it's still a great scene.
Yeah. So the gangs, they meet up in the cemetery, and they're wearing their finest gang gear. Children's Halloween masks and jock straps over their normal clothes. And he was allegedly like pulling a little bit from the Warriors from this. This is also supposed to be that type of, and you can almost imagine this as what happened in Dayton in the Warriors universe. Dayton is like this.
Oh, okay. I love this concept.
Like the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're not as cool as the guys in the big city, but we're doing our own thing, our own way, and it's cool in its own way. But yeah, now Goose and Carmody, they both like pull guns on each other, but then Carmody's like, that'll bring down the man. You want the man to solve this for you? Let's solve this between us. And they pull out knives, and then there's a sick ass knife fight. And this is our first proper fight scene in the movie. And he is laying down the gauntlet with just huge amount of blood coming out of these guys out of open wounds. And it lets you know that this is going to be a movie where the violence has a viciousness to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How did this one hit you, Pete, when you first came back for this viewing and you saw this knife fight?
The thing that stood out to me in this scene, and it's something that kept replaying in my mind throughout watching it, is that this is filmed in public.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be at that cemetery and see this knife fight happening. And just like, oh, I guess that's what's happening today. Like the boldness with which they filmed this gory knife fight scene in the broad daylight in a public cemetery rules. It was really exciting.
Yeah, they weren't thinking like, oh, this could be someone's sister's grave and they could be coming here today.
Nope.
And see me bleeding on it and be like, fuck you, man, fuck you!
It's just so loud and so gory and just so
and there's so many guys like dressed like psychos.
Kind of like Garbage Pail Kid versions of the Warriors too, like the jock strap on the outside of the jeans thing. It's like almost comical in how over the top it is. It's really it pulls you into a universe right away.
Yeah, it lets you know that all these people are like fucking freaks.
Yeah.
So Goose ends up kicking Carmody's ass eventually, and then the cops show up after, the spiders pull out their guns because they're all chicken shits. Goose does shoot a guy's hand off. You see a hand explode.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. Great stuff. And then everybody runs away. Back at their apartment, Christie stitches up Goose's wounds and reads from the Necronomicon to him as he recuperates.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Christie is witchy. I love that they gave her that like specificity and like, oh yeah, a witchy gal is the perfect companion for Goose.
And I love that he's like, I'm not getting into this. And get all your stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Now, when he wakes up, she begs him to quit the gangs and settle down with her. But he says the gangs need him. And then he leaves to go practice nunchucks in a cemetery. Incredible. The gang needs me. I'm going to go practice my nunchucks in the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, and it pulls it off.
Yep.
Now, once Goose is down in the cemetery, once he's done in the cemetery, that is, he whips a dude in the face with nunchucks and steals his motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. It looks it looks like he actually hits him with the nunchucks.
Yes. The nunchuck violence, like you hear a lot of people talk shit about nunchucks and be like, oh, I don't think nunchucks would hurt that bad. But they would.
Yeah.
Of course they would.
They would hurt very bad. And this movie definitely hits that home very effectively.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I was just gonna say when he hits that guy with the motorcycle and he's laid out on the driveway of the apartment complex, he's not moving.
Yeah.
Like it seems like
he's cold cocked.
He's done. Yeah. Wild.
Like listeners, imagine someone picking up just a broomstick and hitting you in the side of the head with it as hard as they could. That's already kind of bad. Then you got to figure the chains adding something to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So anyway, he rides the motorcycle back home and tells Christy that he will quit the gangs. Now that he's stolen this cool motorcycle, I'm going to quit the gang, I think.
It's actually kind of a good argument. I like that it starts off with him being like, I'm not going to quit, and then eventually just be like, you know what, you might be right. You might be right about that. It might not be a bad idea. And you don't typically see that in a movie where someone's like, I'll admit that maybe I was mistaken. And your ideas is not that bad of one, actually. Like, it's kind of nice to see that.
You can tell like halfway through the argument where that turns, because he has one of my favorite lines in the movie, which is, what do you want me to do? Change or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he does. He's not a bad guy, Goose.
Yep.
So, the two of them, they take a bike ride out to the country where they smoke a J and they make love in the woods.
It's great.
Beautiful stuff. Then Christy says, tell me we'll be together forever. And Goose responds, Christy, we're going to be together forever. Ever. And then she gives him a stained glass cross to wear as a sort of amulet of protection.
And this is the point where he accepts it finally, right? Because before he's been rejecting it, but I was like, all right, I'll take the protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the gang to protect me anymore, so I need whatever I can get.
Yeah.
So Goose, then he goes and tells his boy Keith that he's quitting the Ravens. What do you guys think of Keith in this movie? Keith, I thought, was like one of the better actors.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think they're all great.
It's true. I think Jim Van Bebber does give it like a really good performance as Goose here. It's very naturalistic.
I don't feel like there's many people that do a bad job in this movie, except for maybe like the fortune teller and maybe like one or two other small parts. But generally, like everyone is doing a pretty good job. Like much better than you typically see in something of this kind with this kind of budget.
It's true. Now that you mention it, I'm hard pressed to think of a performance that I didn't like. So Keith, at first he tries to talk him out of quitting the gangs. But then he says it's no big deal because now Keith, he gets to be in charge. And he can finally work with the spiders, which is something that he's wanted to do for a while. And then the two gangs will be like a huge scab over the whole city.
Yeah.
Which was
great line.
Another great line, yeah. Goose thinks that this is a terrible plan, but it's not his business anymore. So he just leaves. Meanwhile, word has reached Carmody that Goose has dropped out. That makes him vulnerable. So he sends his boys, Bone Crusher and I believe Stubby, to go find him at his apartment.
I love that this takes place in a stairwell. I love that they're in a stairwell when he's doing all these things. And also, I love Bone Crusher. I just have to say, I think I told you this the first time we watched
Let's talk
this
Bone Crusher.
Oh my God.
I love Bone Crusher. He is incredible in this film.
Yes. Jim Van Bebber described him as the sort of Dennis Hopper of the movie in terms of acting style.
Sure.
He's just like, he's going to let him loose, and he's always going to bring something a little bit electric, and he's going to, challenge the other actors and make them better, and he is about to give, or at this point in the film, gives his famous monologue, which I was going to cut before the show, but Chris, in the editing booth, download this or edit this, get this audio clip, and put Bone Crusher's monologue in the show now.
Man, that ain't nothing compared to the rush you can get when you're killing somebody, man. You know what I mean? When you're looking in their eyes and you're seeing all that life just go right out of them, it's power. I hate people, man. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about nothing. Man. All my life people have fucked with me. Don't you fuck with me, man. I just fucking hate people. I hate people. And I don't care. I just don't fucking care. I don't care. No, I am the baddest motherfucker you ever saw, man!
I think, obviously, an incredible moment in this movie.
Yes, I did write down, because you've been saying monologue. I wrote down that it's a soliloquy.
That's the word I use.
Like, I'm not quite sure what the distinction is between that, but it's definitely a soliloquy because it's so like philosophical, man.
I feel like it crystallizes something about this film. I haven't had a chance enough to articulate that, but that's the moment where it really the diamond shines bright and you kind of realize what you're watching.
Yeah. To me, this time around, it really felt like this sort of scream of Midwestern nihilism.
Sure.
Of this sort of forgotten, collapsing town, and the sort of dark side that could bubble up there was just being expressed to this guy. And one thing about this scene, Pete shared this story with me. Why don't you tell this story, Pete? You found it.
Oh, about the Rush, the vial of Rush.
Yes, about the bottle of Rush.
The story I had found was that the director, Jim Van Bebber, would not ask any of his actors to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. And so the scene called for Bone Crusher to actually huff an actual vial of Rush, whatever that is.
It's poppers, I think.
Popper. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, so he's like, let me try it first. And he did it and then was comatose for 20 minutes, just out cold. And when he came back, he said, there's no way I can ask you to do this. So he had a dummy vial on set. But Van Bebber did it for real.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Probably in that train station.
That would make
but
sense.
At least after that, Bone Crusher, the actor Mark Pittman, I think, said that he, he would have at least that reference, to see what Van Bebber was like after he snorted the popper.
That makes sense.
To inform his performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think an all-time classic scene, and I think the one that this is the one that sticks with people the most, other than the finale.
Of course.
It's a total star turn. It's incredible.
So they end up going over to Goose's apartment while Goose is out selling crank to a man in a suit.
Crank
and another
is cocaine?
I thought it was meth.
Meth? Okay, sure. I guess it's a white powder. It's tough to tell what it is.
Yeah.
That would make sense, though. That would make a lot of sense.
And the guy says, or he asks the guy, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, well, I could sell it to kids. I could sell it on the street. Fuck do you care?
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's fair enough.
That's Dayton. So while he's out, Bone Crusher and Stubby break into the apartment and beat Christy to death with golf clubs.
It's rough.
Yeah. Because first we hear them like screaming outside, and obviously the actor that is playing Bone Crusher that we've been raving about can also act like a crazy, scary guy very well.
Yeah.
And then they finally bust in, and there's only 2 shots of them actually attacking her. One of them is her covered in blood and screaming, and the other one is a reverse shot of the 2 of them just jabbing golf clubs downward into like wet thuds. And it's just these 2 shots, but they're so impactful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's weird to think about the restraint of Deadbeat at Dawn and how impactful that can be. But like the same way people talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre and how you never see the hook go in the lady's back.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents, listeners. So Goose comes home to find Christy's dead body, and he's understandably upset.
Yeah.
He gives Christy what I call a Dayton funeral, which is
Yep.
where you throw the dead body into the back of a garbage truck and compact it.
You hear it too. It's wild.
Yeah.
And he's just like up there crying, and it's just like, this scene is intense and bizarre, and
I'm
kinda
not sure
great,
why
but,
you're
like,
doing this.
yeah, the whole thing is wild. There's a number of choices that people make where I'm like, I don't really get it, but also it feels really correct.
Yeah, it's perfect for the movie. You go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So then Goose enters a bit of a dark period, I want to say.
Sure.
He briefly crashes with his junkie father before learning that his father just wants money for more smack. So he gives him enough money to go buy heroin and kill himself with it.
I do love that he enters the house by going up the fire escape and then walking across the range top of the oven to get in. You don't really know where he is, and he opens up the beer, and then like at some point I was like, I think maybe that's his dad, but it's not really confirmed until like several minutes later. So the entire time you're like, what entirely is going on here? But it's really interesting, and that actor's incredible in his own strange way.
Yeah, the dad does a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
A lot of like fast-paced gibberish. I'm sure all that dialogue was improvised.
It seems like it probably is.
He really reminds me a lot of Rodney Dangerfield in Natural Born Killers.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. I've never seen Natural Born because he's in. This is intriguing.
Oh yeah, he has a wild cameo as a like crazy evil father, and he does a lot of yelling.
Okay.
Yeah. You should check out Natural Born Killers.
That's the one thing that has me more interested in the movie than anything else I've ever heard or seen before. So intriguing.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you all think that when Goose first enters the apartment and jumps up onto the fire escape to get in, did it seem like it was about to fall off the building to the rest of y'all as well?
I mean,
a little rickety.
I
Like,
assumed
so
that he
much in
was
this
like
movie,
squatting at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed very unsafe.
Oh yeah.
You know, like they got one take on this thing before it all just went into the parking lot.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure they weren't doing too many reshoots just based on their limited time and budget. You know, if you know you got it, then you might as well keep on trucking.
Oh, they got the one. I just thought like it was so rusty it was gonna just collapse.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It definitely was just like this building is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dayton might even be described as a character in and of itself.
Maybe.
Little bit.
Yep.
I would say so. So Goose looks down on his father's drug use, but then he immediately starts his own bender, drinking and doing coke and acid and getting in fights, getting handsy with ladies in zebra print mini dresses, and stealing whiskey from hobos.
All the classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, he bottoms out. He's about to shoot himself in the forehead with his very tiny gun. I believe that's actually a starter pistol. I think that was the only thing they could get for a prop gun.
That would make sense.
Yeah. And definitely much safer than having a real gun on set with these yahoos running around. Now, he's about to shoot himself in the forehead when all of a sudden his buddy Keith emerges from the shadows to stop him. He says that he needs him for a big score. So Keith helps him dry out. And this enters like the very Michael Mann portion of the movie, I want to say.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say, the shot, like when they're talking to him, they cut to like a long shot with him down in the corner and the two guys kind of off. And you get to see him down and them up. And it's such a nice and interesting shot, the kind of thing that I think when you see a movie that's at this budget with this kind of filming and everything, that they're not going to think about that kind of setting up a scene and shooting in that way. And it just shows the dedication to craft and the choices that they're making. Like, it really is a really nicely filmed section that really impressed me this time when I was watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even whenever they cut to that stairwell where Carmody will meet with Bone Crusher, to always have that green and purple lighting in there to make it like their evil villain lair. I think is always so much fun.
Yeah.
So Keith helps Goose dry out before reintroducing him to his newest partner in crime, Carmody. Keith brought Goose back into the Ravens for their big collaboration with the Spiders. Goose and Carmody fight, and Goose is still strung out. So Carmody is able to defeat him easily. How the mighty have fallen. Later, Carmody confirms what we all suspected when he tells Bone Crusher that after this job and armored car robbery, he's going to betray Goose and the Ravens and kill them all. Bone Crusher then idly reminisces about how Christie's guts looked like a bunch of snakes.
Bone Crusher's incredible in this, especially when he's like, he took 2 seconds, and then he left and he went. Like, he just can't remember. Like, it really, really solidifies how out of his mind Bone Crusher is. And it's just like, this guy is the muscle, and he is so gone, like probably all the time, I assume. Like, this guy is crazy.
This guy's not going to live another 6 months. He is a living weapon.
He's a great villain because you really don't know what he could do. Because at any point he could just be like, I see snakes, and just like start it's wild. Love him in this scene. Love Bone Crusher.
Yeah, for sure. So we cut to several weeks later, and anytime there's a time jump, there's some like kaleidoscope visuals.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, I like it as a little visual storytelling thing. But then it's the day before the armored car heist. Carmody is going over everyone's jobs. One of the Spiders says, "We'll be in and out so quick they won't have time to come."
Yep.
Great line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's the big day. An armored car. Well, first there's a marching parade, and the guys run through the marching parade. Apparently this happened because they heard there was a parade going on that day, and they're like, oh yeah, let's just get a shot of us running through the parade. We'll look like psychos. It'll be great.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I was clapping while that was happening. It's so incredible.
Yeah.
Real parade. And they're like, yep, we're just going to include this in the movie with all of our characters.
It does. It really sells this concept that this just like, it's just people who don't give a shit about anything, and it's like they're just going to do whatever the hell they want to do, and it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. They then drag a burning mattress into the middle of an intersection, something else that they also did.
Mm-hmm.
And this most likely blocks the truck from going where it wants to go. And now that it's in this alley, Goose rappels down from the 3rd floor of an adjacent parking garage, stopping Yeah, sick as hell. And then to top it off, he stops halfway through to throw the biggest shuriken you've ever seen directly into the throat of one of the armed guards for the Brinks truck, killing him instantly. The rest of the gang then comes racing out of the woodwork, bum rushing the Brinks truck. This was their plan. Stop the truck and then just swarm it with 30 guys.
The rappelling down, the whole thing is like equally ridiculous and awesome.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what are they gonna do? He's like, I'm not gonna miss my mark. It's like, what are they gonna do? It's like, I didn't expect rappelling in a shuriken. That was the last thing that was kind of in my playbook of possibilities.
They rapidly overwhelm the guards, and then they drive off with a fat sack of cash. That night, the two gangs celebrate in their own respective headquarters, and we get to see all the great graffiti that's up in the Ravens headquarters. That's like clearly just, we have like 5 cans of spray paint. We've got an afternoon. Just put a bunch of mean words on the wall. Just write the word death.
Yeah.
Kill.
You suck.
Yeah. A frowny face.
Yeah.
And then Keith gathers up the Ravens so they can go pick up their fair share of the cash from the spiders. They're not bringing any weapons. This is business. Or so Keith says.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, Goose brought some weapons for himself. So, fuck that. I'm obviously bringing weapons. I'm Goose.
Yeah.
And when the spiders inevitably betray the Ravens and start mowing them down with machine guns, Goose is at least able to grab the cash and shoot his way out of there. The spiders chase after him, and he's on foot and they're in a car, but then Goose jumps over a guardrail into a nearby river and escapes. Very exciting action stuff going on here.
Yeah.
And it's all like legible. Like when you think of like action movies and the problems that people have with action movies, a huge problem that a lot of directors have is that they're illegible. And here you know exactly what's going on. He just knows how to like
It's done very well.
Edit this. Yeah.
And they also know their limitations. Like you can see that some of the shots they don't have that they would like, but they still cut around it in a way where it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they knew what they were doing. It's really great.
Yeah. So
also-
after, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting. I apologize. I was just saying.
No.
I feel like a lesser movie would have maybe slow-mode the 3 to 4 story jump he takes into the water, because it's such an extreme stunt. And at this point in the movie, things are moving so fast that it's just like one other thing that's happening, that the director of the movie has jumped off a building effectively into a river, again, in the middle of the day with no permits.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we're moving on. Next shot.
Yeah.
It's
Got it.
incredible.
Yep.
So then Goose fishes himself out of the river. He goes to a nearby gas station for, I believe, a Sprite.
Yep. I think that's what it was.
And then the gas station attendant tells him that he has to pay for it. Then he pulls a gun on the gas station attendant instead of pulling, say, one of the $100,000 that he has out of the sack of cash he has with him and moving on with his day. And then an old lady yells at her son to shoot Goose. Shoot him in the head. Great. It's just madness. At this point, the film is just madness. But it reminds you that, all of Dayton is a sort of post-apocalyptic, violent world where, you know, everybody's packing.
That lady has the line, "Get him, Ralph," when he's firing shots. It's so great.
Yeah, she's and you need a little bit of levity, and she's a little bit of comedy, and I think breaking the tension a little bit is good. So then he goes and he hallucinates in a cemetery for a little while.
A lot of snakes. I was really impressed with their use of snakes in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have known a snake guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly
then he goes,
the words I was going to use.
I know a snake guy. I get a guy who's into snakes. He's not a handler, but he
Perfect.
really likes them. He's got like 6.
6, I think, is more than we need. If we can
Yeah.
get 3 of them down here, I think we'll be set. And then Goose goes to a nearby lunch and sandwich parlor. It's words. Where he uses a payphone to call Sandy, Christie's estranged younger sister. He tells her to meet him at the Dayton train station. He has something Christie wanted him to give her.
If I'm her, I don't know if I go to this.
Well, maybe
You
you
know?
really hope this is your first lead towards Christie, though.
That's
You've
fair.
been looking
I mean,
at
I
Christie
thought I
for
was
a
just
while.
pondering that. It was like, this guy calls me in the middle of the day. He's like, I got something from your sister. It's like, I don't. Am I concerned about this? Do I bring somebody else? What's happening? You know, just these things run through my brain.
Sandy is perhaps brash, we could
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, it works for the film at the very least, and it's not weird. It just so it ran through my brain.
So Goose makes his way over to the train station, and we hear a train whistle. And that's our cue to the audience to let us know that the movie is about to go into overdrive. When you hear this train whistle, the train is about to start bearing down on you.
Yeah.
There's about, I want to say, 8 minutes left in the movie at this point,
Mhm.
and they're arguably the most kick-ass 8 minutes ever put on film, I would say. The spiders have spotted Goose, and they start going after him. And he's whipping dudes in the face with nunchucks, and he's doing backflips. And somebody gets run over by a train. And Bone Crusher picks up a railroad tie, and he starts ramming Goose with it until Goose throws a shuriken into his forehead and then bashes his skull on the concrete and pushes him off the side of a bridge. And then he gets decapitated by the traffic below. And we're just getting started.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love how they time so many of the action shots with trains coming into frame too, passing by. So there's always these sort of like parallax motions happening in different distances. It is
something for your eye to follow.
It is intoxicating. It's really, really wonderful.
He said he had to time out the train schedule to know when to get their shots.
Real
Nailed it.
smart. Very smart.
Absolutely.
They did such a good job with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it adds such an air of danger to see these trains going by while this guy's fucking karate kicking dudes in the throat.
It also sometimes just cuts away to just a train shot, and it just works so nicely and adds to the pace and the beat and the way that the thing is cut together. It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just resets to a different location with different gang members. Here we go, new one. So just then, Sandy arrives, and Carmody carjacks her. Goose grabs Carmody from outside the car, but Carmody rolls up the window, trapping Goose outside. And then the most iconic stunt of the movie. We get Carmody driving the car up against an alley wall, smearing blood all over it. It's so gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that in another movie.
No.
I don't think I have either.
Possibly. I don't know. If I have, it was a movie with professional stuntmen working on it.
It's
You know what
certainly
I
a lot
mean?
less
Yeah.
visceral.
I've never seen it I've never seen a guy just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he didn't rig the car. He was just like,
Mm-hmm.
if you
Let's
start
go.
getting too close, I'm going to
just a
yell.
regular car. Yeah.
Yeah.
But finally he gets to the end of the alley and, Carmody wrecks and I think they get out for some reason.
Wait. I remember the reason very specifically because they cut away to, is it Sarah, the sister?
Sandy?
Sandy. She's like down on the floor and she just punches him right in the testicles. She just gives him that quick nut punch. And he's like,
okay.
"Ah!" And then the car veers. But I just because it's so quick and it's just like, that's actually an excellent move. Like, that's really a great idea. You really nailed your choices.
Yeah, it works. The car does crash. They get out of the car and the two of them start fighting hand to hand. Carmody stabs Goose in the side like 15 times, prison shiv style.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, he just goes like, dook, 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 dook. And it's like, you're so used to in movies seeing somebody get stabbed and be like, the final stab. But this is just so many stabs.
Makes you realize the true danger of a knife.
Yeah.
Yes. But also, it's not over. Carmody then bites one of his fingers off. Yeah. Not to be outdone, Goose takes a page from the movie Roadhouse and rips out Carmody's trachea.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The horrified Sandy looks on as a mortally wounded Goose hands her the sack of money. And he says it's from Christy. Did you kill her? Sandy asks. No. I loved her, says Goose before stumbling off to collapse on the side of a Dayton street.
Yeah.
The end.
Oof.
A lot of beautiful freeze frames of Sandy carrying like black and white photos of her carrying it, just weeping, covered in blood. It's so good.
So strong, those images. What an ending.
Yes.
Yes. The only way it could have ended.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. 5-star ratings in terms of watchability and weirdness. Greg, you have to set us up to port.
Sure. So, admittedly, like the low-budget actioner is not my typical film. I've certainly liked a number of low-budget actioners, but it's not the thing I typically go for. Violence and gore, I need it to have like a point to it for me to really get into it, you know? I don't want it to be just like, look at what I can do. So when even the first time you told me to watch this thing, and even this time, I'm like, am I going to be into this? And just as it keeps going further along, it just becomes more compelling. And I don't it's partially noticing the amount of work, craft, and attention it's put into everything. I think the Bone Crusher, when I said it really crystallizes everything, that's the moment, like when you see him just be like, I hate everything. I hate the world. It's like you realize that you're dealing with a different beast than you thought you might have been dealing with. The analog I thought of, especially because of Bone Crusher, is the first Mad Max movie. Has anybody seen the first Mad Max movie? It's very, as you know, it's very different than the other ones. It's more performance based, and that's why I like it so much. Is like you just see people, and you're like, you are fucked up on drugs, and I don't know what you're going to do, and in that way, you're so much more dangerous than you would be. But this is the life you live. This is the dialogue of cinema that we're using. Is just like, and it speaks to, as you said, this Midwestern fear, and just it just kind of works its way into your system, and it's propulsive. And again, everything's done really well. Thinking back, it's like, did anyone do a poor job of acting? It's like just maybe the fortune teller, which is weird because she's one of the first ones you see. So you're like, oh boy, here we go. It's one of these. And it's not. Like it's a surprising movie. I give it a 4 just because it can be rough to watch at times, but it's really good. 4 for watchability. I don't think it's crazy weird. It's like a little weird in that like seedy underbelly style. Like if you're not accustomed to that kind of a thing, it could be like, ooh. But I don't think that's that weird in the end. So I'm going to give it just a 1.5 for weirdness.
No, that makes sense to me. What about you, Anna?
I gave it a 4 for watchability. I think it's an underseen entry in the canon of cheap regional action flicks. I feel like, everybody who's into, bad movies has seen Miami Connection. Well, this is like if Miami Connection was Heat, or if Miami Connection was Drive, and and took place in Dayton. And that's a cool concept. And I agree with Greg that that weird. It's not that narratively weird, you know. But I did give it a 1 because it does have such a higher level of craft and artistic sensibility than usual. And there's some strange images. Like there's a shot in the cemetery of God, I've forgotten his girlfriend's Kathy. His girlfriend Kathy? Christy. Close enough. But she appears to Goose as like the shrouded figure covered in blood, like standing between 2 gravestones. And it's just like, that's just a very European art film shot.
Yeah.
And it's very weird to have that in a movie called Deadbeat at Dawn.
No, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. I gave this one a 5 stars for watchability. It was going to be 4.5, but then 81 minutes, that's a certified Chris's delight. It gets the half-star bump. But yeah, low budget in a way that some people might find alienating. They might bounce off of if, you know, they don't know how to watch films in that aesthetic realm. But for me, if you can meet it on its level, this is essentially a perfect movie. You know, I have absolutely no complaints when I'm watching this movie. For weirdness, I gave it 3 stars just because of that sort of viciousness to the violence. I feel like it's sort of atypical, you know, having that horror aesthetic to an action film in a way. Like this is sort of the rare action movie where you see people get maimed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that doesn't happen a lot. But Pete, in terms of watchability and weirdness, what are you thinking?
I think I'm with Greg on both of my ratings. One of the things, watchability, it's I'd say it begins lower than it ends. You know, roughly around Bone Crusher's soliloquy.
The ending's an all-timer.
It's unbelievable, but it's really, once things are established and you understand the world you're in, then it becomes more of a 5 for me. It starts much lower, and you don't, you know, it had been some time since I had watched it initially. I forgot that this is a movie with no heroes. There are no redeemable people other than Sandy, the innocent sister, who's only brought on screen to be traumatized, and that's it. You know, it's very tough in that way. But to know that this is shot in daylight without permits so well under those conditions, you know, it's so composed, and it's you have to assume on all the gore effects that they've got one shot, and scene after scene they just nail it. It's really thrilling to watch come together. So depending on where in the movie it is, it's either a 4 or a 5 for me. It's quite a watch. There's not much like it. And then weirdness, I would maybe bump it up to a 2, not because things are you know, psychedelically strange or anything, but how particular the character studies are. Like the person in the diner ordering food. You know,
I forgot about that.
yeah, that scene. It isn't necessary to the advancing the plot, but to establish the world that they're in.
Yeah.
It's so specific. Or the lady telling her son to shoot the robber. Everyone in the film is at that level of edge all the time. And it's so it is like a Dayton maybe you've been to, but just heightened to this absurd parallel universe level that, again, is, once you accept it, really pulls you in.
Yeah. And I think, you know, going back to what you were saying about how the production influences your reading of it, I do find myself so charmed for it because it feels so much like the kind of thing that you and your buddies would dream about making. You know what I mean? Like you would be drunk one night and be like, let's do this. But, you know, Jim Van Bebber went and did it, and he hit it out of the park. And, you know, that's a special thing to see.
Yeah.
Well, enough of me overselling Deadbeat at Dawn. Let's broaden our scope a little bit and talk about some trends in film.
All right.
Trends in film, they do happen. Trends in film. Trends in film, that's a segment. Trends in film. This week's Trends in Film is nunchucks.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Nunchucks are an ancient martial arts weapon that originated in either China or Okinawa, depending on who you ask. The oldest written reference to nunchucks comes from 11th century China. They're composed of 2 foot-long rods connected by about 3 inches of rope or chain. Ideally, if a nunchuck rests in your hands, the rods should be able to both reach down towards the ground, but the rope should not extend. It should be about as long as the width of your hand. Nunchucks first made an impression on Western audiences in the films of Bruce Lee, where he used nunchucks in at least his last 3 films. The Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, and Game of Death all prominently feature nunchuck scenes. They were a mainstay of kung fu films in the 70s, and this led to their popularity amongst street gangs as a brief fad in the 70s and 80s, which quickly led to them being banned and or restricted in countries around the world. Way more than one might expect for what is, essentially 2 sticks tied together. There are laws banning or restricting the carrying, sale, or import of nunchucks in Australia, Norway, Canada, Russia, Poland, Spain, Germany, the UK, as well as in the States in New York, Arizona, California, and Massachusetts, varying to different degrees.
Wow.
The antipathy towards nunchucks in the UK was so great that when they brought over the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the UK, they were rebranded as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, and Michelangelo's trademark nunchucks were replaced with a grappling hook.
Boo.
I thought you were going to say a gun.
That would have been something.
Yes.
Thought you were going to say a pizza.
Yeah, he just should be throwing pizzas at people. It's on brand. He loves them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, despite all this backlash, nunchucks have become a classic movie weapon. I'm always psyched when I see nunchucks on screen. I'm always locking in on nunchucks. So here are some classic nunchuck films, and we can see sort of some trends over time, I think. We've obviously got the 70s and kung fu films. That's where they're sort of starting off. And then in the 80s, we start to see them appear in other places around the world. You've got them in Conquest. Of course, check out our episode about Conquest with Merritt K, where the guy had ancient stone nunchucks.
That's right.
But you've also got them in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, where the cool older brother had nunchucks. You've got them in the movie Eliminators. The ninja character in there had nunchucks. And of course, you've got them in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 in 1988. And that's, I think, when they started to cross over into more children's properties. That's when you start seeing them in Sidekicks and 3 Ninjas.
Oh, yeah.
And and I think then you also see them in a sort of postmodern sense in Phantasm 3, where Rocky was wielding those nunchucks. But then they start moving into comedies. You got them in Beverly Hills Ninja. You've got them in Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, where they're a pair of gophers tied together.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe for the best.
I bet there are defenders, but
I'm sure.
I'm not going to be one of them, I'm sure. And you've also got the guy using them in the parking lot in Ghost World.
Okay. Are they in City Dragon? Am I crazy?
Yes, he does use them in City Dragon.
Yep.
That's definitely a post-kung fu.
When he's angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Working out his emotions with some nunchucks.
Yeah. I could see it working. But then they've been more recently making a little bit of a comeback. There were nunchucks in John Wick 4.
Okay.
I know, I was excited.
I forgot about that, but you know.
Also, one movie that was recommended to me was something called The Matchstick Flame that came out in 2020. That looks like it might be up our alley. At the very least, it's got nunchucks in it, so I'm very curious. I will be reporting back on The Matchstick Flame.
Good.
Well, you guys have any nunchuck thoughts?
There's nunchucks in Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Oh,
I think he just mentions
He just
nunchucks.
okay, because I did search it briefly, and it's he talks about it's important to have skills to impress women, and he has nunchuck skills.
Yeah. I think he was talking himself up. I think he did not actually have those nunchuck skills. If I remember correctly.
I feel like a nunchuck is one of those things that, like, if you don't really, like, if you've never interacted with them, and I assume most haven't, like, you don't have someone who happens to have a pair of nunchucks, you don't really realize the kind of, like, damage they could cause. Like, you kind of swirl one around, and you're like, oh. Like, it's like, that's actually whipping around a little faster. Like, I don't want to catch it. You know, like, I don't want to put my hand in there and try to catch that nunchuck. I better be careful as I let this come to a rest. Like, it's kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
Or
you can see why they got so heavily regulated throughout the Western world. I think even in Hong Kong, if I remember right, they could only be owned by, people working in films or trained martial arts instructors.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I wouldn't want someone to be going around in a nunchuck with a crowd, No,
I don't want to see people getting whipped in the face with nunchucks. Well, I mean, I do in films.
Yeah, that's a different story. It's a safe space there in a way.
But enough about nunchucks. Yeah, knock wood. Enough about nunchucks. Who wants to play a game?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Me.
Rare bumper, you guys.
I don't know if I know this one.
I logged into IMDb. Can you guess what did I see? They rate the movies on their out of 10.
Okay.
They'll rate them 8, they'll rate them 4 when they give out their rating score. But can you guess what they have rated them? It's time, baby, to play the ratings game. It's time, baby, to play the ratings game. It's time to play the ratings game. It's time to play the ratings game.
That's right. It's time to play the ratings game.
We're going to need to pay attention to the instructions on this one, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while. I had some challenges trying to make a game out of this week's IMDb credits. The only guy that really did much other work was Mike King, the cinematographer.
Okay.
So what I have here is I have a list of 9 films. I'm going to give you the title and the description, and I want you guys to tell me what that movie is rated on IMDb.
On IMDb. Okay.
Whoever gets it closest will get the point. And whoever is, if you get it exactly on the bunny, you'll get 2 points.
Okay.
Cool.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And you won't have to buzz in. I'm just going to go around the panel.
Okay.
Question number 1. The Offerings. A housekeeper is drawn into a terrifying world of vengeful apparitions. According to the Chinese calendar, the 7th month of every year marks the time when the spirits of the dead break free from the gates of hell. The Offerings. Greg, what did you think that one was rated?
5.7.
Okay. Anna, what about you?
4.3.
Okay. And Pete?
10.
I love it.
Anna gets the point. That was a 3.0.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, Pete. It probably is underrated.
Shoot for the moon.
Yeah. Why not believe in these films?
Exactly.
Question number 2. No pain, no gain. A bodybuilder with a genius IQ moves to LA to prove that science can beat steroids, which is weird because steroids are science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no pain, no gain. Anna, what did you think that one got?
6.1.
Okay. What about you, Pete?
5.0.
Okay. What
Right
about
in the-
you, Greg?
4.6.
Ooh, Greg, very close on that one. It was a 4.5.
Ooh.
Very close. Don't worry, there's plenty of game left to play. Question number 3. The Vault. A teacher and 4 students visit an old high school that's set to be demolished. They discovered that it used to be a building used to hold slaves. And there's a mysterious vault in the basement that contains the ultimate evil. The Vault. Pete, what do you think the Vault got?
4.
Okay. Greg, what about you?
3.4.
Okay. Anna?
2.8.
Well, Greg gets that one. It was 3.2.
Wow. Okay.
Once again, very close. Okay. Maybe this one will turn it around. We've had a lot of low ranks this time around. Question number 4.
That's a clue.
We'll see. Maybe it is. My Day in the Barrel.
Ooh.
A coming-of-age tale set on a very busy college day. Written and directed by Wichita native Jason Bailey.
Yeah, I've seen this movie.
Well, what did you think you got on IMDb? Greg, you start us off.
So I just want to say I was really hoping it was about going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. It's not, so that has thrown me off a little bit. I'm 7.2.
Okay, Anna.
Oh, I'll go higher then. I'll go 8.
Okay. What about you, Pete?
We have 7.2 and 8.
Yes.
9.5.
Wow, a lot of big believers in Jason Bailey. He got a 7.1 on that one. Greg, once again, very close.
Okay. I've tapped into the
I
heart
don't
of the
remember much
IMDb
about it,
review
but it was
crowd.
fine.
Oh, good.
I'm sure. That's great. Shout out, Jason Bailey. Come on the show. Question number 5. Demonicus. James is possessed by the spirit of a gladiator and slaughters his friends to bring the gladiator back from the dead. Demonicus. Anna, what do you think Demonicus got? He's a demonic gladiator.
This is great.
Yeah. 4.6.
4.6. Okay, what about you, Pete?
I'm gonna go 6.2.
6.2. All right,
Yep.
Greg, how about yourself?
This is tough. I want to say 5.9, but it's so close to 6.2. But my guts have been working for me, so I'm going to go with the guts. 5.9.
Anna gets a point. That one was 2.7.
Woof.
Color me very
I was
curious.
just saying, I'm glad I wrote that one down.
Question number 6. Turning the Corner. A coming-of-age comedy about a young man about to graduate college. The twist? He's a quadriplegic.
Oof.
Turning the Corner.
Okay.
Pete, what do you think that one was rated?
7.
Okay. Greg, what about you?
4.6.
All right. All right. Anna, how about yourself?
1.
That one was 7.3. Highest
Wow.
score on the list. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
Pete on the board. Question number 7. I've seen this one. The Frightening. On his first day at Hollow End High School, Corey Peterson discovers that a rash of murders is occurring on campus.
Uh-oh.
Soon, a battle emerges between jocks and geeks, and Corey must choose a side. Directed by David Dakota.
Oh.
Greg, what do you think this one got?
Five.
All right, 5 it is. Anna, how about yourself?
3.2.
All right, Mr. Pete.
I'm gonna go 7 again. Lucky number 11.
Well, if you just halved it, you would have been right on the money. That was 3.5. Anna ties it up with Greg.
Ooh.
Just 2 questions left to go. Question number 8.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we got a barn burner, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 8. Bleed. A young woman with murderous tendencies tries making new friends by joining an elite social club, and in so doing becomes the target of a masked killer set on killing all her new friends. Bleed. Anna, what do you think? Bleed.
4.4.
4.4. Okay. Pete Speer.
3.2.
3.2. Okay. And Mr. Greg.
6.3.
Pete gets the point. It's 3.5.
So
Ooh.
close.
Pete has a chance to tie it up for a 3-way tie, everybody.
Oof.
Either that
Yes,
or Anna or Greg takes it home. It all comes down to this. Dead and Rotting.
Okay.
3 prankster buddies release the wrath of an ancient witch when they unwittingly become accomplices to the murder of her son. Scheming in anger, the witch seduces the 3 friends and then uses the men's own ill-born spawn to destroy them.
I like this a lot. What was the name of this again?
Dead and Rotting.
Dead and Rotting.
Pete, what do you think? What did Dead and Rotting get?
That's a 7.5.
Okay, that's a very good guess. Greg, what do you think?
I had it and it escaped me. 4.5?
Okay. What about you, my dove?
2.5.
Well, it looks like Greg gets the point. That was 4.1. Congratulations to Greg.
Get zoo.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Uh-oh, it's the Batty Awards.
Now you're messing with the Batty Award. 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 Congratulations to all the nominees.
That's right. Congratulations to all our nominees, but especially our winners of tonight's Batty Awards. That's right, the Batty Awards. Those little awards we give out to those little moments, touches, details, people, places, and things that make a bad movie so good. Greg, why don't you hit us up with your inaugural Batty Award?
Okay. So first off, I do want to say that every time in this movie anybody mentions Dayton, I think of the Randy Newman song that was covered by Harry Nilsson called Dayton, Ohio, which is just like the chorus is like, real nice way to spend a day in Dayton, Ohio. And that's not a nice day in Dayton in this film.
No.
Which is so hilarious. It's this whimsical little thing in there in my brain every time. But my baddie award is going to my favorite bone crusher moment.
Okay.
Which is in that final fight. Goose like runs across the ground and there's like a metal plate that he kind of runs across, and then Bone Crusher just throws it off because he's in a hole under there. And he's like, yeah! And it's just like, what are you doing down there? What are you doing down there, Bone Crusher? There's a fight going on. But at the same time, he's out of his mind, and I love Bone Crusher. I love Bone Crusher. So
all-time great entrance.
He's
for
so
sure.
good. He's so good.
Anna, do you have a baddie award?
I do. I'm going to give my baddie award to the beautiful and scenic Woodland Cemetery and Arboretum.
Okay.
Established in 1841, one of the oldest garden cemeteries in the U.S. It's currently like 200 acres. It's huge.
Yeah.
And the Wright brothers are buried there.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. What a beautiful, two wonderful things about this cemetery. I'm going to give my baddie award just to one image that I saw in the opening credits when they're just showing still images, photographs. And it was just, I think the aesthetic of this film summed up in one single image, which was a shuriken in an ashtray.
Yeah. Yes.
Pete, do you have a baddie award?
I do. I mean, there's almost too much to celebrate in this movie, and
oh sure.
I mean, I'd written a few down, and like they're all number one in my heart. I would say that the one that stands out to me, I mean, all the Bone Crusher stuff, of course.
Yeah.
Bone Crusher is, and I'll say if you're curious for more, he does, the actor who plays Bone Crusher is in the Manson family film, and it's 3 hours of that actor, who is
I should check
just
that
as
out.
compelling. It's it's been a while, but my memory is he's continues to be excellent, and also wasn't in a lot of movies, so it's a limited field to pick from.
That's true.
I do love in the Bone Crusher soliloquy, right before he says, "I'm the baddest," his voice cracks and he looks like he's about to cry. And there's this surge of emotion where he's just shoving it all the way down, and replacing it with bravado, rush fueled bravado. And there's just so much in that moment that it tells a lot without wasting any time on telling you anything. It's wonderful. But the thing that the person I want to give my award to is Mike King, the cinematographer. There's just shot after shot where it doesn't have to be that good. And there's one in particular, after Sandy gets off the phone and is going to meet Goose at the train station, the camera is outside and it's a long zoom on the door, and it just starts zooming back, and it's zooming back through two different open windows of the car, and then all the way to the other side, the driver's side of the car, which Sandy then runs around to, gets in the car, drives away, all in this one continuous, fluid, beautiful shot. It's it takes the cake for me. But there's so many incredible blockings and everything that I assume come from Mike King's direction as a cinematographer. Really, really great.
It's true. And you know what else is true, Pete? You've been a really great guest.
Oh, shucks. Yeah. Come on.
Yes.
Thank you for stepping up to the plate. We really appreciate you. Do you have anything that you need to plug? Do you have anything going on?
No, just encourage people to go to Dayton and check it out. It's it's come a long way since the kind of like, it looks like the zone in Stalker in this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's been decayed for hundreds of years, and it's much prettier now.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Hang in there, Dayton. Listeners, you hang in there till next week when we're going to be talking about Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets with AP from the podcast Dove Weather. So come check that out. That's going to be some wild stuff. And while you got your phone in your hand, give us that 5 stars, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, and check out all our social media links. You can get them in the link tree in the show description. And until next week, be good and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
It's bad to be bad. It's bad to be bad. And I guess it's understood that you would if you could.